I saw those jobs were more common, the ones that you go and be a house manager or a house help. Yeah, so that's how desperate I got to that point, and I was like, at least let me, you can still make money anyway, you just take care of a kid. And something about me with kids, no. So I was like going to something because of desperation. I can't take care of a kid, for being honest, and I don't like kids in the first place. So what is taking me to house help jobs? So yeah, until
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You had a degree. You have studied through campus up to the end, and then desperation takes you to the point of looking for a house help job.
Yes, because you've applied the ones you think you can do, and then you don't get replies, and you're like, how am I supposed to survive in Nairobi with no money and you're zero cash? Like, you're so desperate, and you have pressure from people in your family, and you're like, what are you doing? They're like, no African parent likes seeing you sitting idle 24 hours. No parents can deal with that. So I thought, let me just try house help, until I met my first disaster in house help, job hunting. When I went to meet the woman who was supposed to employ me, and then it is so far from here. I woke up so early, and then you go there, and then they don't receive your phone call, and then you're like,
Hello beautiful ladies and gentlemen. So today we are in Lolongo. It's really muddy. Anyway, we are with a beautiful visitor. She's going to take us through her journey of job hunting, how she finished campus, and how hard it has been for her to get a job and to settle down. So anyway, right now we are in her beautiful house. It's really amazing, guys. And it tells us how much she has had to overcome to get to a point that, you know what, I need to get myself up, I need to build myself despite everything, despite the fact that I can't get an office job. And I think it's amazing. So she's going to introduce herself, tell us more about her, where she comes from, and her names. Yeah, so how are you?
I'm fine.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you'll just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so Eileen is my name. I'm an upcoming digital content creator and a business owner too. So yeah.
Okay, so how was life growing up? What's your name again?
Eileen.
Yeah. That's a new name I've learned today, guys. It's Eileen. I hope I'll remember it to the end of the show and even after this. So Eileen, tell us about yourself. How was it like growing up? Where were you born? And yeah, such kind of stuff.
Okay, so I was born in Vihiga County, Kule Western, and yeah, life was the first 8 years were really fine until my mom died. When she passed away, I feel like everything went upside down. I always joke until now, I say like she died with all the blessings. It's like she went with all the blessings. So then I started living with my uncle, my mom's brother, and we started hustling. And you know, he had no like stable job, so like it was really hard like growing up, and we were with my sister, so like it was really hard until when he got married, and then marriage issues again. So I'll say like most of the time growing up, I didn't have like a place I could call home, like a stable place. We were just moving from one home to another, being helped, yeah, because it was really tough to survive then. And I think I got used to that, like nothing is really hard for me now, because I'm like, I've gone through this before, I can go through this now. So yeah, studied primary in the same county, high school in the same county, all with financial issues, school fees, but we managed, passed my exams, and yeah, until when it came to uni, and I decided I'm going away from Vihiga County.
Oh, okay, so you're the first one, right?
To my mom, I'm like, we are only two, like me and my twin sister.
Oh, you have a twin.
Yeah,
Must be nice.
really nice. It's nice to have someone who you're going through life with the same issues, so like you understand each other better. So when one is high, one is low, like you understand each other. Like it's nice, by the way.
So how do you connect now? Like, are you that close because or you live together? Or tell us more about your sister, where she is, and how life has taken the both of you together. Like,
For her, I feel like for her life is better because she's a networking person. You know, it's easier for you to go through life when you're a networking person rather than me, who is the completely opposite. Who is very like chill and so like alone. You know, we grew up together, yes, like we all went through the same challenges, but we all came out so different. I came out as someone who likes living in isolation, while for her she came out as such a vibrant spirit, talks to everybody, you know. Yeah, so like we are pretty close. Especially I like the challenges in life because it brings us closer. Like every time we come through for each other. For now she's in Eldoret working as a high school French teacher, and yeah, I like that she can support me in my lowest.
I'm wondering about one thing. You're
Yeah.
saying like she's the vibrant one, and I find you so vibrant. Like, so I'm imagining how vibrant is she? Like,
You can imagine it is more like she can talk to anyone. Like for me, when I meet someone, you're like sit in a corner and observe first, and then you find what they like, what they don't like. And then now I can become myself. I feel like I'm not usually myself near new people.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Okay, so after you lost your mom, how did you feel? Like, do you always feel like if my mom was here, things would be different, or at least you'll have a shoulder to lean on, someone who listens to you?
100%. I feel like when I was 8 years old, I didn't understand what was going on, and then you get into teenagehood and it hits you. That's when you start mourning something that you should have mourned years ago. You're like, what? If she was here, life could be like this, it could be different. Because I believe mothers always stick with their children no matter what. Like, mothers are just the best. So, like, I always felt like that. Now I'm usually very bitter towards her. I'm like, when we meet in the spirit, you'll have to tell me why you gave up on life. But you know, it happens like that sometimes when life is so hard. But when you're good a little bit, you're like, yeah, it's okay, everything happens for a reason, and we just let her rest in peace.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was life after high school? Like, did you get to campus? How was the fee paying process? Like, because if your mom wasn't there, like, was your fee like smooth and studies and all?
Yeah, okay. It was not easy because I do have a dad, by the way, but so we were not that close. I feel like when we finished high school, then I think it helped to bring us together. I'm glad with the finances he took care of them, no matter how struggling it was. Yeah, so I'm really grateful for the financial part because hey, it would have made our life more difficult. So like after high school, I was in the village there, and I was living with my grandmother, and life was just there, like so plain. Like yes, you go through challenges in terms of you can't even afford your basic needs like food and stuff. But I think when I finished high school, that's when I started learning like, okay, how am I supposed to relate with people? Like it was easier that way. I think it was a learning curve for me. And when I got the letter to go to uni, I was like, I'm so happy because first of all, it is so far away. I feel like I'm one of those people who never enjoyed going home. Like closing day, it's time to go home. I'm like, oh no, not again. And now, you get yourself, you're the school fees balance list. Always, you'll be going home. And I never really loved going home because I feel like I never had a peace of mind. I never had that close group you can call family. I feel like it was really hard then. But I survived. I just got used to it. So campus was like, yes, this is my, how do we call it? I don't know.
You
This is
dream.
like, yeah, not really dream, because I never even dreamed. I was like living life plain, the flow too, the way it comes like that. Go to primary, go to high school, go to uni, but I never had a vision in life. I was just moving because you're supposed to finish primary, go to high school, finish, go to uni. Yeah, and I did study my best because that's what a good girl should do. A good African,
Lady.
yeah, good African child. You should go to school and study. So that is all I used to do. I never had any vision what I want to do. I was just flowing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So, how's life in campus?
Campus again, I feel like I went with all my naivety and timidity to campus. That silent girl, not talking to anyone. I feel like my life in campus was so predictable. Now I actually regret it. I'm like, if I go back, I would do different. Like, I was so predictable. If it's not class, it's the hostel. If it's not hostel, it's the library. If it's not library, it is church. But that's where you find me. So like talking to people was hard. I feel like I had that mindset of go to school, study, just pass your exams. Yeah, so like my social life was the ghetto. Let me just say that, it was zero.
Okay. And do you feel like this naivety affected your life after campus, like the job hunting situation? Do you feel like if you had socialized more with people, if you had made more connections in campus, then it would have been easier for you after campus?
Yes, definitely. I feel like I'm that person who never learns. Like I have to go through something 100 times for me to learn a lesson. So like
Yeah.
that's, you know, that knowing campus, of course, it teaches, it exposes you to so many things. So like talking to people, I didn't learn that. I was so like closed to myself. Actually, the only thing that helped me was like I was in a church group, so like at least that helped me to like talk to people, you know. People wondering who is this girl always silent. So like I think if I knew how to relate with people now, it will be easier. Because now I'm like, you know, I'm in a business that is network marketing. You need networks, and now I'm starting from scratch, zero, because I need to learn how to say hi. Just say hi, you know. So now I'm like learning it like the hard way, but I wish I did it better in campus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I hear like campus creates a very good platform for people to socialize, to learn how to talk to people. But anyway, that aside, so after campus, like, how did this job hunting situation begin?
Pardon your question, please.
After campus,
Yeah.
how did this job hunting situation begin? How did you feel like starting to look for a job, the pressure that you have to make something out of your life? How did it go for you?
Job hunting. It was another journey. I was not prepared. Because like, you know, I personally I did a course that I didn't like, so I came out of uni knowing this course I'm just not interested, because now that I was that naive and I developed slowly, my journey is usually slow. So like for me, by the time I got to third year, that's when I knew this course is not for me. But who drops out at third year? With whose parents paying school fees? You can't. So you're just like, not an African child. So you just decide, okay, let me just finish. Then after, you think maybe your parent will support you to another maybe short course or something. Okay, no, I did not know what was coming. So like when I was done with uni, and so your parents start, you know, asking you like, what's your plan, what do you want to do? I had no idea, absolutely. I had no idea. So I was like, I don't know. And you know, the pressures don't even help you, because you need like a moment to like relax, sit down, start thinking, what do you want, you know. But the pressures, they make you like, they don't even help you. So like because of that pressure, when I moved back home, I feel like that was the biggest mistake I made, going back home. And then I was like, I can't do anything. And so because, you know, when you have no plan, your parents will plan for you. And when you're not in line with the plan, you're like, no, you're now on your own. So that's what happened for me. I was like now on my own. So I moved from home and I said, acha niende Kanairo. I got to Nairobi and tried this job hunting stuff. I didn't know what was coming for me, but there was just like, you are so hopeful, you're like, let me go and try. I know you've heard people's stories, you're like, it's so hard, but you're like, it's worth a trial. So that's when I came to Nairobi and started applying here and there. So I wasn't using my course, so I was interested in content creation, digital marketing, things online. So at least I found what I wanted. I knew an idea of what I should be looking for. So I joined the WhatsApp groups that post jobs. I started applying. You apply one to the next, you're hopeful until you get somewhere, you're just tired. You're like, they're not replying back. They don't even call you to say that, no, you did not qualify. You're like, what? It's just like that, but I think I tried. So yeah, so until I got tired of applying to jobs. I was applying any job. I got desperate. I started applying for waitress. You apply for bar jobs. You apply anything as long as it will give you money. But apparently they don't get back. And I believe as much as it hurts you, you're like, everything happens for a reason. Yeah, so I got so much desperate until I got to somewhere I was like, maybe I should try. Because I saw those jobs were more common, the ones that you go and be a house manager or a house help. Yeah, so that's how desperate I got to that point. I was like, at least you can still make money anyway. You just take care of a kid. And something about me with kids, no. So I was like going to something because of desperation. I can't take care of a kid, by being honest, and I don't like kids in the first place. So what is taking me to house help jobs? So yeah, until
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You had a degree. You have studied through campus up to the end. And then desperation takes you to the point of looking for a house help job.
Yes. Because you've applied the ones you think you can do, and then you don't get replies, and you're like, how am I supposed to survive in Nairobi with no money and you're zero cash? Like, you're so desperate, and you have pressure from people in your family, and you're like, what are you doing? They're like, no African parent likes seeing you sitting idle 24 hours. No parents can deal with that. So I thought, let me just try house help, until I met my first disaster in house help, job hunting. Well, I went to meet the woman who was supposed to employ me, and then it is so far from here. I woke up so early, and then you go there, and then they don't receive your phone call, and then you're like, okay, now I have to go back and remember the fare you've used is the minimal money you have in surviving. So like, you're just like, this money has gone wastage, you know.
So you traveled to go and meet this person who is supposed to give you a job.
Yes.
A house help job.
Yes.
And then you get there and she doesn't pick the phone, or she's off.
She's off, and then when they come back on, they're like, oh, the kids had the phone, we couldn't see what, and I'm like, but you knew I was coming.
Yeah.
At least the least you could do is like, at least
find an alternative.
Yeah, like find the phone, keep it away from the kid at least for 1 hour until but I was just like, it's okay, I can't go back, because by then I was already on my way to Nairobi. So yeah.
Okay, so how did this journey end up for you up to now where you are?
Yeah, so since then I was like, I'm not true to myself, honestly. If I say I want a household job, I'm not true to myself. I can't handle children. So am I going to frustrate someone's kid anyway? So I decided to apply other jobs. I started applying social media managing. I focused on online jobs that deal with content creation, because it's what brings me joy, and I think your purpose should bring you joy. So I think that's where my purpose is. So I went to a few interviews. Some I don't like, some I'm like, it's okay, they don't reach back. So yeah, until I met a certain lady who gave me hope. I think she has her own brand, and she wanted a content creator, and I was like, okay, if she saw a potential in me, then I'm something, you know. It gave me hope. Yes, we were even supposed to start working this December, but something came up. She was ready to pay for everything. Like I was like, okay, I have a potential. I like, you call yourself a meeting and you're like, you have a potential. You know, it gave me hope. So it didn't work out. So until next year, I guess. But that alone, even if we didn't start working immediately, I was like, I have hope. So yeah, then after some time I was like, okay, if she cancelled it, and I had so much hope in that, I was so excited and happy to work and create content for her brand. I was like, okay, now what? Now that she's like, until sometime next year, you know, sometime next year, you don't know when it is. It is like 50-50. So I decided, well, maybe I should go to Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have a friend of mine who's there, who does the jobs, househelp job in Saudi Arabia, and I started getting interested, asking how much life is there like. So I was getting motivated. Maybe I should try. But then, you know, sometimes when you want to try other things, I believe in, if one doesn't work out, keep moving. And then I got to this point when I've already contacted the agency. They have called me, they want documents, and I'm like, am I really going to give these documents? And I was like, I wasn't sure. And me, I believe, like, always listen to your heart. So I call myself a meeting, listen to my heart. I'm like, really? Do you want? So I just told them I'm not sure yet until next year, but trust me, I was like, I'm going to Saudi Arabia. Maybe my luck is not in Kenya. Kenya is just a struggle. Job hunting is just a struggle. I'm like, maybe my blessing is not here. But then, yeah, that's where I got to, until I was like, okay, I met with this opportunity of a business, and I was like, maybe I should become serious with it, because it's something that really has hope. It just needs you to focus. Yeah, and I was not focusing because of the pressures of family that you need to find what to do. Yeah, until you just come to a realization that you're doing this for yourself and not for anybody. Yeah, that's the point I am now.
So right now you are having a business of your own. How does it feel for you? Like, do you feel like it has solved your problems? Do you feel like this is what you want to do?
Yes, it's what I want to do. Solved my problem, not yet. It's a journey, because I mean, entrepreneurship is not as easy as people think. So when I met the business opportunity, then I was just doing it to please, but I wasn't serious with it. Never found my first client in 5 months until when they were having an end of year party. And you know, it's a network marketing business, and I was going camping with 90 others. First of all, I was very scared to be in a group of people, but you know, the people who are doing business. And earlier this year, I got to learn that network marketing is the business that is really growing, and you can really earn while you're sleeping. And it's not like I want to work 9 to 5 for the rest of my life.
Yeah, of course.
So like, since I read a book that helped me with that, and then I got this opinion, I was like, things are aligning themselves. So maybe it's meant to be. So the business hasn't started paying yet, but I know it has really potential. Like, I'm not giving up on it, because it's either it works or it works. There is no not working. So like, I think that's dedication I have, and that I have a new reason like why I'm doing this business, and like, I know it will work. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then something else. What do you feel is so wrong about Kenya? What do you feel is making people not to get jobs? Like, there are no jobs in Kenya. You can really tarmac, by the way.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's not like so fun to walk out of campus, because you know the struggle that follows isn't so smooth. So what do you feel is so wrong about Kenya? What do you think is so wrong about the government and yeah, jobs creation and stuff?
I feel like I'll say it's corruption. Like, if you don't know anybody who will connect you to that job, you won't get it. They'll prioritize someone they know. And I think it's a trust issue. like you trust someone who someone already knows, you know. So like for me, I really don't know how they can change that, because graduates are so many, job opportunities are so less. Me myself, I don't know how things can create, but I would say like most graduates should look forward to creating job opportunities. So yeah, like don't focus on just finding a job, because maybe it's not for you and you don't know. So like you can look for the work itself, but don't like immerse yourself into it such that you think this is your only path in life. Yeah, so like just diversify your chances. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your advice to students out there, those who are in campus? Should just be life about studies and all.
Okay, advice to anyone who's in campus, don't just focus on education. Like if you get an opportunity to hustle while you're studying, please do it. You will learn the hustling spirit earlier. You know, for me, I wish I had that opportunity, but I didn't. So like just, you can work and study, just do it. It will help you be more, and you get ready for what job hunting life will be like. Yeah, I think it will make it easier. You'll be stronger then. Yeah, so just take that opportunity.
Okay, nice. And speaking of, you have a YouTube channel. By the way, guys, her link is down below. Make sure you subscribe and go to her page and like all her videos and watch all of them. Okay, so I want you to tell us, like, how did you begin content creation and how is it going for you?
I started it in third year when I realized this course. So like it became my joy, like something that was giving me hope in life. That's when I started. Oh, I knew someone can start a channel. I started a channel. Then I did it to do natural hair content, because then I was so passionate about natural hair journey and being natural and everything. So yeah, it just started like that. And then anytime I was free, I would create content, post it. Yeah, so it started 3 years ago. Yes.
How is it going for you?
It was really nice until when I started job hunting, and I was like, even this one is not working. You know, when you're desperate and you just like everything is not working, you know. So yeah, I still just post videos, but now I'm having a break until next year. Yeah, so yeah, my channel is LA capital E double LE space capital A. Yeah.
Okay, tell us more about your social media handles. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at just double S, and then L is E double LE. So just L. Yes, I think I'm more active on Instagram and on my business page LA_Allo. So yes, these are my pages.
Okay, guys, so you have walked with us through this journey. You have listened to her beautiful story. She's a beautiful young girl who has gone through the struggles of having to look for a job because of family pressure and because of economic situation right now. So I think it's incredible that she had to climb up and tell herself that, you know what, maybe this job hunting isn't good for me. Maybe it's time I step up, get myself a business, like work on it and make sure you succeed the standards that you have set. So it's a beautiful story. We thank her so much for it, and thank you for working with us. I hope you have learned a lot, and just have a nice time.